Right, it gives me great pleasure to have Leon Pettit here, ESFL veteran for week 7 of the Hastings report, running down the SCFL, MSFL, and ESFL. Leon, how's your week been?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, starting to get the thermals out of those, getting a little bit nippy around the old round parts these days, but apart from that, all good.
I thought you're a former postie, Leon. You lot just wear shorts in all weather.
Yeah, well, my legs don't feel it, it's just the rest of my body. Just to wrap up like I was going on the Arctic expedition, upper half of my body, it's still in shorts.
And the injury, how's the injury? Getting better?
Yeah, getting better. Yeah, just sort of having to keep doing my stretches and exercise when I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, do them until I feel better and then forget about it until I get injured again. But as you do.
Right then, so we're going to crack straight into it. So, as Leon told me pre-hitting the record button on this, we did record, I think it was last Monday. So we did miss Eastbourne United's fixture against Little Common. Unfortunately for Little Common, Mason Crease got the goal for Eastbourne, and Sam Crutwell saw red. Then we move on to games played on the 21st. So that would be Bexhill United playing Eastbourne Town. Excellent victory from Bexhill. Was 3-0 up. Eastbourne got a consolation goal. Goals from Evan Archibald, James Ding, and that man Jack Shonk, winning it for Bexhill, with Anasu Sisimai getting the goal for Eastbourne. First of all, I know Jack Shonk's hit 100 goals for Bexhill. I mean, he's just a goal machine, isn't he, Leon?
Yeah, no, he's obviously a really good player, especially at that level, and I think he's been there a good few seasons now. So long may it continue for him and Bexhill.
It just so happens we've got the goals. Little Common returned to winning ways. 3-0 victory against Moseley. James Bunn, Lewis Hull, and Lewis Parsons getting the goals. That was in the FA Vase, played on the 24th. Also in the FA Vase, Bexhill United were playing Horsham. An absolute cracker from Oliver Hull. And it just so happens we've got it. So what do you think of that goal, Leon? It was a bit of a cracker, wasn't
I wish I could kick it that far.
it?
Yeah, so you know as soon as it left the way it was going, didn't you? It was one of those.
Oh,
Oh, very good. Yeah, you don't know if down the pole drive it might have been wind assisted, but no, we'll give it to him. We'll let him have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good. I think it's the first time both Bexhill United and Little Common have reached the first round of the FA Vase.
Was it
I do
really?
believe so. Yeah, congratulations to them. Bexhill have got Horndean of the Wessex League. Yeah, Horndean they're fifth in their league. They've only lost one league game so far, but they've only scored 8 goals, but only let in one. So I think it's got 1-0 either way written all
Yeah.
over it, I think.
Shonk. It's going to be shonktastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Little Common next round. I've got Milton United of the Hellenic League, I think it's pronounced. What part of the world they're from, but they're a step below, but they're flying
Oh,
in their league, so it could be a tough one.
yeah. And those games are played when?
Believe on the 22nd of
Of October,
October.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, talking of fixtures, we look forward to tonight's as we record games. Little Common are playing at home against Peacehaven. I mean, what we thinking there? Think Little Common could make it 2 wins in a row?
Well, they're well on their way because just before recording, I saw on their Twitter they were 1-0 up.
Oh, hang on, that's cheating. That is. Well, good goals.
Yeah,
Superb.
so yeah, 2-0.
2-0 up. Excellent.
Yeah, so as it
How
stands,
about
2-0. So Jamie Bunn got the first goal, and then Lewis Parsons the second. So
excellent. Well, that's what we'd like to see. Also today, he's gonna tell me as well. I haven't had a chance to look. New Haven away. Bexhill. We're going to New Haven away. What's that current score?
1-0 New Haven.
How long left?
I don't think they must be about half hour into the game. I think Little Common kicked off earlier because I don't know. I think the old people around there don't like the floodlights, but my answer to that is buy some curtains, really. But no, with Bexhill, that is New Haven are flying high, top of the league. They've got the 2 top scorers. Lucas Franzen Jones got 13 goals in 14 games. Alfred Rogers got 11 in 15 games. So it's always going to be a tough game. Yeah, going to New Haven.
Well, only 1-0, half an hour.
Exactly. Yeah, nice. Still got a second half yet. Bexhill in good form. So
yeah. The Shonker could get in it involved. Then those sides have got games on Saturday. Bexhill are also playing on Saturday. They're playing against AFC Vondenians at the Withdean Sports Complex. How did you see that going, Leon?
A Bexhill win.
Bexhill win?
Yeah, no. AFC Vondenians have leaked a few goals, and with Bexhill's firepower, I think I can't see any other result really at the Withdean. It's a very strange looking ground these days. Obviously, since Brighton played there, it looks a bit vast.
Particularly at this time of year, blimey, it's cold.
Oh yeah, it will be, won't it?
Yeah, remember watching Brighton there a few times in the winter. Oh my blimey! Also, Little Common have got Saltdean United at the rec ground. You got to think maybe Little Common can win that.
Yeah, you'd fancy Little Common to do that. If you include how they're doing at the minute of the last couple their VASE win, they're on good little run, so you'd fancy them to win it.
Our sides of the MSFL, we go straight to, as you see, Hollington 9, Willingdon Athletic 0. Wow, just just Hollington to really crush them there. Goals from Lee Carey, Charlie Cornford, Joshua Elliott Noy, Zachary McHenry with 2. Bradley Pritchard gets another goal, and Daniel Tewksbury got 2 goals. I mean, it's a tremendous win. I mean, it's just 32 goals in 6 games. They've only conceded 4. Willingdon still pointless this season after 5. Well, they're a bit of a machine, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know what else to add, really. It's another routine. Well, I say a routine win. It's an absolute stonking win for Hollington United. Starting to sound like a broken record, really. They're very good.
That they are. So moving on to a bit of a shock result. Cuckfield Rangers 7, Sutherland Rangers 1. 4 goals from Christopher Neverway, a goal from Ryan Jackson, Ronnie Devonish, and Luke Trotter, who got a goal and a yellow. I mean, Luke Trotter only got 1 goal here. He scored 8 in 4. I mean, it's a heavy defeat I didn't see come in. I mean, what's your thoughts, Leon?
So obviously Cuckfield are currently second, but yeah, for them to sort of go out and thrash Sutherland in that manner was maybe a bit surprising, but possibly a sign of things to come from Cuckfield. Obviously, Hollington are going out their thumping team, so it might be a Hollington Cuckfield 1-2 this season. Who knows?
Could be. Well, we're moving on to a very nice result. Battletown managed to win, beating Rotherfield 2-1. And funnily enough, Battletown were 1-0 down. So it's great to come back. Paul Weatherby hit with a 25-yard screamer, made it 1-1. Callum Thompson won it for Battle with a cool finish, I've been told. Well, just great to see Battle get some points on the board.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, no, it's good to see, and it seems they battled hard for it. And but yeah, apparently the keeper made pulled off some cracking saves as well to keep him in it. So hopefully they can start to
Kick
rack up
on.
a few more points.
Yeah, definitely kick on from there. So looking at the upcoming fixtures for sides in the Prem, Battletown are going over to Ashurst Wood at the East Grinstead Sports Club this Saturday. Do you think maybe Battle could get more points on the board?
Can't see why not. I mean, Ashurst have only won one league game so far, so just going by that, yeah, why not? I mean, I think I've touched upon it before. You know, sort of travelling to away games in this league might affect some teams, especially if you just come up from a more local league. But you know, you've got to prepare for it, I guess. You know, make sure you get there in good time. But yeah, no, we'll see. Good luck to Battle.
Yeah, okay. And Hollington travelling over to Holland Sports. Holland Sports, which I think a few of us thought may have been a bit of a dark horse when we were doing the prediction league. I don't know if I can remember rightly. This is 3 points Hollington, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd think so. Holland's also only got one league win so far, but compared to some of the teams in the bottom half, they have scored a fair few goals. They've got a bit of firepower there, which I think I might have touched upon before, but they've leaked in, you know, well, obviously they're in that bottom half of the table, so they're pretty leaky in defence. So you wouldn't expect anything less than a Hollington win there, I think.
Well, and do you think that Sedlescombe Rangers got Willingdon Athletic at Oaklands Park? Do you think Sedlescombe can make amends for that whooping from Cooksfield and get 3 points on the board against Willingdon?
Yeah, you'd hope so. Yeah, playing at home as well. I mean, Sedlescombe have got a very nice flat pitch. I'm not sure what Willingdon's pitch is like, but at home with a decent pitch, you think, you know, sort of try and play the other team off the park a bit, get your confidence back up.
So Westfield are playing again on Saturday, back with us. They're playing Linfield. They're playing at the Parish Field. You got to see Westfield, strong favourites there.
Yeah, and obviously should be well rested. Back at home at the Fortress, at the Parish Field. Not many teams like going there really, so yeah, I think Westfield will win that one.
Moving along to the ESFL. Well, Sidley's woes continue. Bexhill Town winning 5-1 at the Who recreational ground. They were 3-0 up at half time. Goals from Henry Barnes. Olympia Pearson got 2. Liam Richards and Tommy Whelan for Bexhill, and the consolation goals from Logan Copley. Well, the game was over at half time, but I mean, quite harsh on Sidley there, isn't it, really?
Yeah, obviously got off to a bit of a tough start, Sidley.
Moving on, Rytown carry on their impressive start. 4-0 winners here against Hawkhurst United. Well, a hat-trick from Charlie Stevens and a goal off the bench from Barnaby Osborne. Rytown comfortable 4-0 winners. Westfield reserves were playing Robertsbridge United firsts. Westfield won 2-1. Goals from George Landace and Alex Malumba. The consolation goal from Connor Burfoot. Rockingham were playing Punnets Town firsts. Punnets Town won very comfortably. A hat-trick from Craig Norman and Samuel Wigand scored for Punnets Town. At time of recording, it's still not up on the FA website who scores for Rockingham, so my apologies. Bexhill AACs were playing Crowhurst firsts. Crowhurst winning 2-1. Back and forth game. Crowhurst won it late. Aaron Davis and Wesley Tate scored for Crowhurst, with Ben Barton getting the goal in between.
Rye obviously off to a flyer. That's 2 4-0 wins and a default, but I think they'll be getting loads of goals. Obviously, Charlie Stevens with his hat-trick, he's a really good player.
Yeah.
And they've got another lad plays up front for him, Jules Phillips, so he's a very good player. So I can see him scoring, bagging plenty of goals this season.
So moving on to the Div 1. Little Common Reserves were playing, this was at Bexhill College. Little Common Reserves playing Sandhurst firsts. Sandhurst first coming out thumping 5-2 winners. 4 goals from James Found. He found the goal. multiple times. And Thomas Budd for Sandhurst. Goals for Little Common were from Attilio Field and Nicholas Kavanagh. AFC Jesters were playing at Tackaway first, and well, Tackaway won 4-1. They're always in control of this game. Toby Payne bagging a hat-trick for Tackaway, with Toby Shaw getting the other goal, and Sam Crabb scored for Jesters. Pass and Move first. They're playing at the Netherfield Recreation Ground against Wadhurst United. Despite getting an early red card, managed to thump Wadhurst 4-1. Goals from Philip Hatch, Brandon Kovacs, Carl Penn and Curtis Coombs, with the goal from Wadhurst from Dean Tinkham. The man sent off was John Joe Wright in the 20th minute. So they've done well there, Leon. 4-1 winners, despite being 10 men. Battletown Reserves. So it was good old week for Battle, managing to win again. So Battletown Reserves won 3-1 at South Coast against South Coast Athletico. Goals from Jacob Edwards, Harrison Rathborne, and Alex Woodhams. Funnily enough, Brad Pebham scored for South Coast and actually put them in a lead. Battletown came back into that strong, and that's Div 1.
Yeah, Tackaway off to a flyer in that league. I was surprised they didn't make a step up into Fem last season. I think they finished quite strong in the league and obviously won the Sussex Junior Cup. So you would have thought they would have been confident, but obviously stayed below. Felt like they were obviously wanting to win Div 1. I suppose Jesters have got off to a bit of an iffy start. I think before the season we had them down as one of the teams to watch, but still obviously early days. And same with Little Common Reserves. They've always been quite a strong team. So I'm personally surprised to see them struggling. Still early days. So
yeah, early days. Right, over to Div 2. Pass and Move seconds. We're playing Who firsts, and Pass and Move certainly did move because they won 6-1. Goals from Alex Cunningham, 2 from Kelvin Lowes, a goal from Jacob MacArthur and Hayden Phillips, and their last goal from Frankie Manning. The consolation goal for Who was from Callum Holt Burgess. At the Tynekiln Recreation Ground, PETTIT were playing Nordium firsts, and Nordium won well. Goals from Casper Floyd, a hat-trick from Joe Miller, and a goal from Adam Page, and a booking. Made it 5 for Nordium, with Joseph Worsley getting the consolation for Pesh. Victoria Baptists were playing Bexhill Rovers, and 3-0 win. Goals from James Bellett, Michael Smith, and Patrick Igav-Romby. Made it 3-0. Right, who scored for Icklesham?
Dave Pugh got a penalty.
Dave Pugh, right. What, to put you 1-0 ahead or not?
Equaliser.
Those Icklesham casuals were playing Ninfield. Charlie Harmer scored for Ninfield, and there was Dave Pugh managed to make it 1-1 from the penalty spot. Come on, Leon, you were there. Tell us a bit more.
Yeah, it's just a good, well fought game, really. Especially second half for Icklesham. I thought I was just a spectator. They come out with a bit of fire in their bellies, really. I think Ninfield they're good. They're a good side. They've obviously got something about them. I expect them to be right up there at the end of the season, but it just wasn't their day. I think we frustrated them a little bit. Icklesham had the chances to go ahead in the second half. I mean, that lad Tom, he got a hat-trick last week. He was sure and go at some point. You would have put good money on him to bury it, and he fluffed it wide. Sort of in the dying minutes, Ninfield had a couple of handball shouts as it was sort of pinballing around the penalty box, but I mean, swings and roundabouts, really. So,
is that a passive admission that they were handballs? Yeah.
No, I couldn't see. There's too many bodies in there.
You're unsighted. You're unsighted.
Yeah. And one of the lads it hit, he was adamant it hit him on the chest. So, I mean, it's all rose tinted, isn't it? If it was against us, we probably would have been crying for a penalty. So, but no, they're good. Ninfield a good side. So I think we're quite happy with
tidy result then, yeah.
With the draw, yeah. So mid-table mediocrity for us. Love it.
Early doors, you never
Yeah,
know.
I'm comfortable.
Comfortable. Right then. So moving on, we've got Selderscombe Rangers playing at Oaklands Park against Hollington United Reserves. Hollington won it 2-1. Goals from, funnily enough, Daniel Woodley and goals from Zachary McHenry. He gets about, doesn't he? A goal for Selderscombe from Jimmy Hua. There was a late red card in the game, and that was for Selderscombe's Billy Kern. How's Zachary McHenry scored for? It's because the game's later.
Yeah, they kicked off at 4, I think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, Hollington. I think Hollington kicked off at 2, wasn't it? Yeah, so he's obviously got over for the second half, I imagine. And
yeah, so Zachary McHenry, he wanted more goals, so he.
Yeah, he's Hollington's top scorer.
Yeah,
first team top scorer. I think he's a centre back as well. He might play elsewhere. He's obviously dropped down from what he used to play. He could be a midfielder, something, but yeah, I'm imagining centre back.
So that's Div 2. Anything to say about Div 2, Leon?
Well, I think I saw Glenn, the Hollington manager, say on Twitter that Div 2 is looking. I think it'll be very tight this year, and sort of judging by the early results, everyone's sort of picking up results against each other. One week, they sort of might win convincingly, and the next they go and lose, or the other way around, lose by a big score, and then they go and pick up a result. So it'd be good to be part of it if I eventually do get back in.
Could be Ickersham's year. Could be Ickersham's year, mate.
Let's not get carried away.
Right, moving on to Div 3. We've got Hastings Comets playing at the Bexhill Road against Hurstman Zoo. Hurstman Zoo winning 3-1. Goals from Liam Johnson, Robbie Hodgson, and Toby Jones. The goal for Hastings Comet was from Luke Darville. In a back and forth game, Catsfield playing Rye Town Reserves. Catsfield, who were ahead, left it to the last minute to make it 2-2. Jacob Jones and Harry Atkins got the goals for Catsfield. For Rye Town, Sam Fuchs got 2. Ticehurst First were playing Westfield Thirds. Ticehurst managed to win it 3-2. Goals from Edward Harwood with two goals, and Darren Nichols for Ticehurst making it 3, with the goals for Westfield from Sam Way and Ralphie Coker. Bexhill AAC Reserves playing Crowhurst Reserves at the Sidley Recreational Ground. Crowhurst winning 3-1. Goals from Joe McCarthy, who got 2, and Harley Millward to make it 3. There was also 4 yellow cards for Crowhurst, so they were obviously putting it about a bit. The consolation goal for Bexhill was from Dominic Sinden. Mountfield United first against Sovereign Saints. Blimey, it was 8-2. Liam Baker got 4. Amir Malik got 2. Steve Forst got a goal, and Nick Severino to make it 8 for Mountfield. Sovereign Saints, Harry Hughes bags a couple in reply. Orrington firsts against Parkfield firsts. 3-2 to Parkfield. Tom Ellis and Oliver Truman bagging 2 goals there. Andrew Swindles and Tristan Hinds getting the goals for Orrington. Here's over to Div 4. Westfield fourths against Robertsbridge United Reserves. Robertsbridge going out 3-2 winners. James Hopkinson got 2, and Ben Tinge got the third for Robertsbridge. There were some late goals from Westfield with Paul Hobden and Ashley Jameson scoring for Westfield, but it just wasn't enough. Selderscombe Rangers to development against Burwash Firsts at Oaklands Park. It turned out 3-2 to Selderscombe. 2 goals from Ben Cowell, and the third goal from Graham Stovall. Burwash's goals were from Archie Jupp and Rise Coolner. I mean, what a week for Battletown. Their thirds winning 7-1 against Hawkhurst United Reserves. There was a hat-trick for Nathan Dolby, goal for Liam Smith, 2 goals for Rise Bennett, and the last goal for Battletown from Matthew Bricknell. At time of recording, Hawkhurst hadn't put their goal up yet, so sorry I don't have that. More goals. Tackleway Reserves were playing Pass and Move thirds. Tackaway winning 9-1. Hat-trick for Ben Hull, 2 for Ben Clough, Ryan Grayson, Jamie Pelling, and Samuel Robson Grundy getting the goals for Tackaway. Again, at time of recording, Pass and Move haven't put their goals up yet. Hastings Athletic were playing Wellcroft Park Rangers reserves. Wellcroft won 4-1. Goals from Benjamin Ackhurst, Mark Hedges, Darren Weller, and Aaron Wright made it 4 for Wellcroft, with the consolation from Joel Hennessy for Hastings. Right, and then we move over to the ESFL Team of the Week. Just looking at it now, Crowhurst's Andy Ball in goal, with a back four of Westfield's Don Whittaker, Pumittstown's Ashley Chatfield, Hollington's Dan Spice, and Hastings Comets' Tyler Wilson. Interesting choices. In the midfield, we've got Harry Aitkins from Catsfield, Ricky Baldwin from Crowhurst, Ryetown's Sam Fawkes, and up front of Battletown's Nathan Dolby, Danny Woodley of Hollington, and Kelvin Lowes of Pass and Move. Interesting mix. I'm wondering how they work it out sometimes.
But I'm sure a few Hastings fans will notice a certain Danny Spice at the back for Hollington. I think you got their player of the match actually as well. So
oh, did he this week? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's obviously still. I can still imagine him putting in the tackles as he used
to. Spicy tackles
at the pilot field. Yeah. So I might want to warn Howard to stay away from the Gibbons field, because I think he's got a bit of history of doing a runner at the site of Spicer.
Well, Leon, that was the week that was. Anyway, thank you very much, Leon, and I'll see you next week.
See you next week.